Okay guys, sorry about the issues. I have an issue with my recording before. It didn't record actually, so I'm trying to record a new video for you guys so that you can learn how to install VS Code and its all of its extensions. So I'm going to be teaching you how to install VS Code, Google Chrome, and the extensions for VS Code. Please watch this video carefully and learn how to do these things. Thank you. So what you need first to do is log into your class. You need to come to the class, log in, and then try to go to the classwork. So when you get to the classwork, you are going to be seeing assignments and other things that we have. But the first thing I want you guys to learn how to know to do is come to the resources tab. So the tabs are also here. You can find them here, you can find them here. So when you come to resources tab on your page, go to the resources website. That's where all the softwares we are going to be installing are. So click on the link there to go to that website actually. So when you get to the website, you can now install the things that needs to be installed. So what we are trying to install now is the Google Chrome browser. So I'm going to click on Google Chrome browser to install it. So if you have Google Chrome browser on your system, you don't need to do this installation. But for the assignment, like I said there, all you need to do is come here and click on download Chrome for the assignment. So when you click on download Chrome, it's going to take you to this page, and then screenshot this page. Make sure you are screenshotting this page and make sure it's showing your Chrome browser, the icon. Make sure it's showing it so that you can capture all of them. If you capture this page and you are not showing that it is on Chrome browser, I'm not going to mark this. Honestly, it has to show it. So kindly, carefully listen to this and do it as I've said. So when you screenshot it, you can upload it to the your assignment and submit. So that's the only thing I'm asking you guys to do. For those that don't have the Chrome installed on their system, what I want you to do is go to that page here, that link rather, Google Chrome browser, click on it, and then open it. When you click on it, it's going to open on a new tab, and you can click on download Chrome on your device. It depends on what operating system you are using. So this is Mac OS. I'm sure some people are using Windows and some might be using Linux. Depending, it's going to download. Just click on download Chrome, and when you click on download Chrome, it's going to download Chrome in your your system, in your device. When it downloads Chrome in your device like this, when you are done, you open Chrome, and the first page when you open Chrome after installation. So when you download it, you have to install it first. When you install it, you have to, after installation, you open it for your assignment. So for your assignment, when you open it, the first page you are opening is what you are screenshotting to me. You are not screenshotting this page for those that are just downloading. So if you are just downloading it, this page will not be open on Chrome because you don't have Chrome on your system. You are just downloading Chrome. So when you install it, open Chrome and screenshot the first page. Whatever page you are seeing first, just screenshot it to me, and that's your assignment. So be careful when you are submitting this. So you know how to download Chrome right now. So let me cancel this because I already have Chrome on my system, on my device. So that's Chrome. So the next software we are going to be downloading is called Visual Studio Code or VS Code text editor. So when you click on it, it's going to take you to the Visual Studio Code website where you can now download for your device. So like I said earlier in the class, you should only download the stable version of your device of the software. Don't download the latest or the insider. The insider may not be stable enough. That's why it is called insider. This is called stable because it's not prone to errors and bugs. The insider may be prone to errors, so you need to download the stable versions. When you download the stable version on your system, you can now install, and when you install, you can then start installing the extensions. So install this software based on your operating system. So if you are using Mac OS, install the one for Mac OS. That's the stable version. If you are using Windows, install for Windows, and if you are using Linux, try to use the download for Linux or install. So after installation, you are going to open your VS Code. This is what the first thing you are going to be seeing. this is the first page. Okay, no, not this is not the first page, sorry. Let me go back to the first page. Let me close this folder so that when you this page called get started, so when you see a page called get started, that's where you are going to screenshot to me for your assignment. So you screenshot this page called get started. That if you are opening VS Code for the first time, you have to screenshot this. And for those that have VS Code already, you have to also make sure that your VS Code is showing this. Go to reopen VS Code and make sure it's showing get started and screenshot it to me. Inside this VS Code, we are going to be doing a lot of things, and I want this to be available on your device before we start the training properly. And like I said, each assignment carries 50 marks. So if you want to have 100 marks, you should be able to do it properly. So that is it. That's how to install VS Code. So before I move on, we are going to be installing some extensions. So what you need to do is go to your resources website and click on VS Code extensions. When you click on VS Code extensions, it's going to take you to the Google Drive where you can now open the VS Code extensions. Then you can click on this and open it. So when I click on it, it's going to open that PDF file to me. So these are the extensions you are going to install. So you are going to install Prettier. So the first one is called Prettier, the second one is called Auto Close Tag, the third one is Stylint Plus, the fourth one is ESLint, the fifth one is Color Highlights, the sixth one is EJS, the seventh one is Live Server, and the last one is File Icons. So like I said, we are not going to be using File Icons, we are going to be using VS Code icons. So I'm going to update this PDF before you get here. So all I want you to do is copy each extensions, the first one, the second one, the third one, till the seventh one. And when you copy any, so let's assume I'm copying Prettier from here, I come to my VS Code. If you want to install an extension, you need to come to this last icon here called extensions. You can see this last one called extension. Click on it, and then you can now type or paste Prettier that you copy. So it's called Prettier. When you typed it, then you can see it here, Prettier. You can click on it and you are going to see an install button. The reason why I'm not saying install button is because this extension is already installed on my own device, on my own VS Code software. So you need to click on it to install it, and when you are done installing, it's going to show you these two buttons, disable and uninstall. When you are done installing, you can now start using Prettier. So I'm going to explain what Prettier does. Prettier helps you to format your code properly. So it helps you organize your code. Your code won't be scattered. It helps you to manage a proper structure of code. So you need to use Prettier. We are going to be using Prettier in this course, and you need to have it. So yeah, that's that. Then the next one is called Auto Close Tag. You also come here, search for Auto Close Tag, or if you are copying, you are pasting it here. So you are saying Auto Close. Auto close tag. So this is Auto Close Tag here. So you click on it and then you install. This is already installed on my device, like I said earlier. So you just install it. So Auto Close Tag helps you to complete your tag code. So if you are writing a code and you don't remember to add some part of the code to your code, Auto Close Tag will help you close your tag. I explained that in the class, and I hope you guys understand that. So just install it and read more about what it does here. So that is it. Then the next thing is Stylint. So Stylint helps you to identify errors in your CSS code. So just search for Stylint. Yeah, so so this is okay. This is not Stylint. Sorry, let me check the spelling. Okay, this is it. So it is okay. So this is it. Yeah, so this is Stylint. So all you need to do is type this and then install. When you install, it's going to start working on your device. So styling does is it helps you identify errors in your CSS code. So CSS is like a styling file to style your page, your app. So if you want to change the color of something on your app, maybe a button, maybe a card, you can change the color in CSS. These are different languages for different purposes. So styling helps you when you have an error and you don't know that there's an error. Styling helps you to identify those errors. That's the use. Then the next one is color highlight. So what color highlight does is it's going to help you identify each color based on the color code. So while working on in CSS, we won't be using the normal spelling of the normal code names that we have. Sorry, color names that we have, like red, green, blue, and so on and so forth. But with color highlights, we are going to be able to identify each colors in our code. Our code is going to be written. Our color code is going to be written in Xcode. There's a type of code called Xcode. Xcode allows you to write each colors in code instead of their names. So color highlights will help you identify each color code. You can copy it and go to your VS Code and type it out there and install. Like I said earlier, you can also do the remaining ones here. So JavaScript EJS support it helps you to write the latest version of EJS in VS Code, so you don't have to be worried about having errors when you are writing the latest syntax in JavaScript. That's what it does. Then the seventh one is Live Server. So Live Server helps you to view whatever you are writing in your code on the browser. You don't need to start looking for a way to view those things. Live Server helps you do that. You can go live on your browser and it's going to show everything. Then the last one is going to be VS Code icons. Instead of file icons, it's going to be VS Code icons. VS Code icons is going to actually help you show icons. So instead of having wondering what a file is, you don't need to wonder what type of a file is a file. When you create a file, like I'm going to do now, so I'm going to go to new file, and then I'm going to say text file. So I'm going to select a language and I'm going to select JavaScript. So this JavaScript icon is what is going to show with. That's what VS Code icon does. It will help you create an icon for that particular file. So if I'm creating another file for HTML, it's going to actually help me identify what file that is. So I'm going to type HTML. So if I save it, you can see there's another icon here and it's in HTML form. So you need to install that. VS Code icons is very important. So that is it. That is how to install VS Code, Google Chrome, and VS Code extensions. If you have any question, you can type it in the post. Let me know and let others also learn from it. Yes, that's it. I will catch you guys later, and your assignment is due for tomorrow, April 15th by 2 p.m. Any assignments coming after 2 p.m. will be disregarded. So you are scoring 0. That's what it means. So you can submit your assignment immediately before 2 p.m. Immediately you are done before 2 p.m. Yeah, so that is it. So let us try to do all these things and get it done as soon as possible. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you guys for jumping to do this with me, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next class. Have a great night. Bye.